What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy the Don with my co-host King. What's good, man?
What's good, Don? How's your Sunday going?
Hey, man, it's going all right. I can't complain. Hey, I know our Falcons took the L today, but hey, we're going to talk about that
It's a
later
good
on in the
L,
show.
though. It's a
Huh?
good L. One step closer.
Man, no, I ain't believing in that tanking mess, man.
One step closer.
Anyway, all right. So we brought on GSHM affiliate, AFN co-founder, Mad Mike Sports. Was good, man.
Hey man, I'm good, man. I think I see we got a who is this? Who is this guy?
I didn't know if I'm supposed to be here. This is Maggie T at Atlanta Falcons Nation as well.
Of course you're supposed to be here. I sent y'all the link. So
Appreciate you.
You thought we were coming in. No, we gotta come in here and give him man some love. He deserved the love, man. We got about to give you all the love that you deserve right now.
all right, let me introduce the former Falcons and Cincinnati Bengals tight end, Mr. Reggie Kelly. How you doing? Oh, let me forget. I'm sorry. Also, MSU, Mississippi State Bulldog.
It is.
How you doing, man?
Doing great. Glad to be on. Appreciate y'all inviting me to this great platform. MSU Bulldog, Atlanta Falcon, Dirty Bird. Let's not forget about my Cincinnati Bengals as well. Let's throw that in the mix also.
I'm gonna get into that in a minute because I
throw that one in there.
All right, guys. Hey, if you're new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. Share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics. Hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. All right, let's get into the business for the week, King.
All right, so let's start it off with the bowl games. Georgia Southern, Louisiana Tech, December 23rd, the New Orleans Bowl. We're gonna talk about that more tomorrow on tomorrow's show. That's gonna be a good game, most likely for Georgia Southern. I got them winning that game. UGA, we playing Cincinnati in the Peach Bowl on January 1st. Does UGA deserve to be in a bowl game, y'all? What y'all think?
UGA?
Yeah.
They
got a midget. They got a 2-foot midget on their team. They don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve crap. Okay, 2-foot midget. Absolutely not.
Here's my thing. They played in the Peach Bowl. All right, to me, that's good enough. And we're gonna see how they play against Cincinnati because a lot of people sitting up here thinking, "Oh, we gonna blow Cincinnati away." I'm like, "Oh, y'all might want to chill out with that because Cincinnati's been playing very well. I understand that they don't play in the SEC conference, but them boys out there, they making plays." So,
yeah, and I've actually heard some sportscasters say also that they think Cincinnati should be in the playoffs as well. They felt that should be the top 4 teams.
mm-hmm.
Clemson, Cincinnati. Who's the fourth one? Is everybody saying?
Talking about you got Ohio State, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Alabama.
Yeah, and so a lot of experts are saying Cincinnati should be in the mix too. I know that sounds a little crazy, but they are balling out this year. So let's see.
Another team I like is Coastal Carolina. Like I feel like they weren't gonna make it because they play in the Sun Belt, but I feel like they should have been ranked higher, and I feel like they should have been playing in the New Year's Six Bowl.
Any more comments on that?
I know y'all ain't gonna say nothing, but hey, like I said,
I'm going with Texas A&M. I think they should be in over Notre Dame any day. So
I think any team should be in before Ohio State if we keep it in 100.
Yeah,
they played 6 games.
Yeah, and the way they won Saturday wasn't a beautiful win by any stretch of the imagination. So they should have blown them out, but.
Yeah, but the one thing that everybody's going to bring up is that they beat Clemson, but we all know the reason why they beat Clemson. But that's the one name that most of the experts are going to bring up and say, hey, they have a chance. That they have we all already know that they have a really good following base, and they're going to sell a lot of tickets and make sure that the airwaves on fire. So people may vote for Notre Dame, but I don't see it. But you never know. You never know.
I think it's gonna be Bama and Clemson again. Another rerun.
If it is, I wouldn't complain. And if it is, who you guys think gonna take it? Bama or it seems like Clemson just pretty much got their number, man.
I want Bama to win because there's somebody that's a huge Clemson fan that wants all the Falcons to draft all the Clemson players.
Yeah, I don't want them to get any.
I literally just want Bama. I'm not a Bama fan. I never root for Bama, but I just want Bama to win just to keep this man quiet. You know who I'm talking to. He probably watching it.
I'll take it.
Because if I hear them say, "Oh, see, that's the reason why we need to go get Trevor Lawrence," no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that for another 2 weeks. Okay.
I don't want to hear that period at all. Even the 100.
Man, right. Sucks. We need to get Trevor Lawrence. Let's tank for Lawrence. Nah, we don't need to hear that again.
I'm tired of hearing that. They supposed to play at Miami yesterday, but the game was canceled, and they opted out of playing in the bowl game. I'm thinking like, okay, well, y'all 3-5, and I know a lot of teams do have a losing record, and they did get bowl invitations, so they're just gonna sit this one out, which is I think is a wise thing because COVID and everything. Georgia State will play Western Kentucky University in the Linebacker Tree Bowl this coming Saturday, the day after Christmas on the 26th. Yeah. Nothing really happened in MLB and baseball with the Braves. Atlanta United, the team on Friday hired Gabriel Hines as a new manager for the club. Also, they played a CONCACAF quarter-led final game against Club America on this past Wednesday, and they won that match 1-2.
Hey, well, before we go any further, you know, my Mississippi State Bulldogs will be playing Tulsa in the Armed Forces Bowl. But I guess that's not really worth mentioning, right, guys?
Man, it's Atlanta, man. But hey, let's go ahead. Hey, I told you want to take over the show. You want to talk about Mississippi State Bulldogs? Go right ahead, man.
Hey, no, man. It was a tough year this year, man. Tough year. Shucks. But at least we got in, though. At least we got in, you know, for a bowl game. So.
Hey, you got in. That's all you.
That's all you did. You just slid right by us. You didn't even mention us in the mix, man.
Well, yeah, this is Georgia sports. But it's okay.
If you came like a month later when we talked about Georgia versus Mississippi State, hey, you know, we should have brought you on that. I did try to reach out to you then because I know you would have been telling us a lot of stuff about MSU.
Absolutely. By the way, that was a good game. That was a real good game too that we played against you. That's probably one of our best games that we played this entire year against a solid team in Georgia. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think Leach is going to do a good job out there in Mississippi State in Starkville. Y'all really ain't got nothing to worry about for real. It's just, you know, when I had Dan Mullen there, he really did change the culture there and then just left. So if you guys just continue to just recruit, it's hard to recruit in Mississippi. Like it is, and you know you competing with Bama over here, and then you compete with LSU on this side of the state. So you know it's tough. And then y'all got to compete with.
Game is the question.
Say that again.
Are y'all gonna win the bowl game? Is the question.
Without a shadow of a doubt, baby. Why even ask that question?
Hey, just gotta ask.
I feel you. Well, it looks like you root for us already. I see you with the maroon on, am I right?
Hey, I think I just
we going down.
You shot me out then, baby.
I think I just look good. So hey, if you want to claim it, I claim it with you. Go Mississippi State. That's where I'm from. So hey, go Mississippi State. All right, so let's talk about these Falcons. Unfortunately, we're gonna talk about the Falcons. So we lost 31-27. Matt Ryan had a great game. For all the haters coming to say Matt Ryan is the reason we lost, far from it. 34-49, 356, 3 touchdowns. We only ran the ball.
Great first half.
Yeah, great first half. We only ran the ball 12 times. We all know who to blame for that.
That's the play calling. That ain't Matt Ryan fault.
Nope.
Ryan don't call the plays.
So Maggie, I see you said we had a great first half, and you put a lot of emphasis on that.
Yeah, because you kind of know you already know the script for Atlanta Falcons. We come out looking great first half. It's just some reason that second half we don't make any kind of adjustments, and it's the play calling. That's what it comes down to. But I mean, a lot of people want to point the fingers at Matt Ryan, but that's not on Matt Ryan.
I'm tired of these Matt Ryan. Look, it's every single day we go to war. All right, with this fan base. All right, this fan base. All right, it's so toxic. All right, it baffles me. All right, that every day we got to defend number 2. All right, because everybody is still infatuated and is still in love with number 7, and they don't want to move on from this guy.
You talking about Young Hoku?
We ain't talking about Young Way.
And his Young Way.
But
we talking about Mike Vick.
So by show of hands, so everybody in here is Matt Ryan fans, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Of course.
Mike, what's up? Give me your spiel, Mike.
Mine? You really want mine? Like, you sure?
All right, this is gonna take like 10 minutes. So
did I make a mistake? Yeah. What you said, Maggie? You said
No, he likes to rant.
I just went on a whole hour rant earlier today defending Matt Ryan. So this might take a lot of people off guard by saying this, but I think, a lot of our offensive issues come down to, first and foremost, it's always the coaches and the game plan. But I think the quarterback can add just a little bit of fuel to the fire, just being quiet and silent and whatnot. And I think that's the main issue with Matt Ryan. For Matt Ryan, that concerns me is that he's not a very vocal person when it comes down to forcing a change with the offense. Sometimes your quarterback got to look. All right, you gotta cause some hell every once in a while. Things are not going the way it's supposed to. You gotta look at your quarterback and say, "Look, man, are you gonna speak up for us? Because if we say anything, we gonna get cut." You know what I mean? So Matt Ryan got to speak up for you guys. I'm sure you know what I mean by that, Mr. Reggie Kelly. You know what I'm saying? If you want some more balls, you can't go to the offensive coordinator and say, "Guess what? I think I should get more." No, you need to go talk to the quarterback so he can go to the offensive coordinator and get you some more balls. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Here's my take on this. I feel like the culture here is. I'm just saying. I feel like the culture here is soft, and it needs to change. I love my Falcons, like trust and believe, but I feel like the identity of this. We don't have an identity in the culture here. It's just we're soft spoken. Coaches they throw players under the bus. They don't want to take any accountability. All right, and the players, they don't want to go. Sometimes you gotta, go over the chain of command. You got to go to Rich McKay. Sometimes you got to go to Arthur Blank and say, "Hey, man, this coaching staff is not working out. We want change. We want to win."
That's why I said Matt Ryan need to turn his headset off and go ahead, no huddle, all of that. Like, just I don't even hear him. I don't hear what he's trying to tell me to do. Let me go ahead and do what Matt Ryan do best.
Reggie sitting there with a big smile on his face, man.
And Reggie, you played with a young Matt Ryan. You played with a young Matt Ryan.
Come on,
back in the day. So go ahead and just let us know what's your thoughts on this.
Well,
let us know.
Yeah, I played with some veteran quarterbacks. I played with some young ones as well. Each one of them got their own personality, and each one of them handle business, especially in the huddle, a little bit differently. I played with a young Mike Vick, so he was new to the game. So he did listen a little bit more to what Coach Dan Reeves told him to do. But he was trying to learn defenses, right? He was trying to learn blitz packages. He was trying to learn the routes. And then he was just using his God-given talent. He was just electrified. I've also played with guys like a John Kitna, which was a little bit more vocal. Guy that would really get riled up if he didn't like a play call. He would go talk to the offensive coordinator in a respectful manner. And the offensive coordinators and head coach and Coach Marvin Lewis respected him because he was a veteran present, and they did shift or gear the offense toward what he felt is most comfortable. I've also played with Carson Palmer.
Yes, I love Carson Palmer.
Heck of a just strong-willed, tough, mentally tough guy. And again, Carson came in as a young guy, but he came in as a vocal guy too. And he just told the coaches, "Hey, I feel more comfortable with this or with that." And they normally tailored the offense according to what he felt comfortable with. I've also played with Matt. Matt is cerebral. He's very, very smart. Not really a guy that's going to shake things up, but yet he's well respected in the organization. And if he chose to do so, they would listen to him because his resume shows that he can get the job done. He's not named Matty Ice around the NFL for no reason.
Exactly.
So he has that respect, but it's just up to him if he wants to do it or not, if he feels comfortable with doing it or not. But, I've always, even as a tight end, my tight ends coach used to always come to me and say, "Reggie, what plays do you feel more comfortable with? What plays if we call, you can get the job done and we can depend on you?" So offensive coordinators also do that to quarterbacks as well. And quarterbacks have the privilege and the right where they can go to an OC and say, "Hey, man, in this particular situation, I feel more comfortable with this. This is going to help us win. This is how we're going to succeed. The team feels more comfortable. My receivers feel more. The running back and the offensive linemen do it." Now, if Matt is doing it or not, I don't know because I'm not behind the scenes like I used to be behind the scenes. So whatever the case, we're starting on fire, man, the first half, and there's some type of mental block that's keeping us from just finishing how we start. I've always had a phrase. Rudy Johnson gave it to me. He said, "Man, let's start fast and finish strong. All day long, all day strong." That was our motto in Cincinnati. All day long, all day strong. If you jump on in the first half, man, then it's time to eat the rest of the game.
Exactly.
And so we're not getting that same type of fire towards the end of the game. Not sure if the guys are getting a little bit nervous, trying not to make a mistake. But when you usually get nervous and clam up a little bit, trying not to make a mistake, you end up making more. I just want to see the guys be loose and play loose like they played in the beginning. You can tell we got a good team. If we put up a good team, we wouldn't be putting up the numbers that we're putting up in the first half.
Exactly.
But if we can get over that mental block,
I think it is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what do you think it is? Just on the outside looking in, but you've been in the inside. What exactly do you see just from outside? Like I said, you've been in the inside. Like, what do you see? Like, there's a mental block.
Yeah, and I've talked to a number of veteran guys that have played the game, and we've come up with the same conclusion. It's a mental block. The guys they're trying not. Let me say this: the Super Bowl is still fresh. It is. You could tell. Even though that game has been played some years ago, it's still fresh on their mind. And we often, when I play, we often have a phrase that you got to have amnesia. You got to forget it, man. When things don't go quite the way you want to go, let everybody else remember it. But when you're out there on the football field, you got to forget it. You got to have amnesia. The best cornerbacks, like a Deion Sanders, if they got a pass thrown on them, if they gave up a touchdown, man, they came right back and played lights out, aggressive. They could care less. They were always thinking about how am I going to get it. They weren't concerned about getting beat. They were concerned about making plays. And I think that what's going on is like when the second half rolls around, it seems like, oh boy, there's a chance they may come back on it. It's fresh on their minds. And I'm not going to say that they panic, but it seems like they're clamming up a little bit, trying not to make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's the culture, man. That goes back to culture and mental. Because football is more mental than physical.
It's very, right? And I think a lot of people don't realize that too, man. 90% of the game is mental. 10% is just physical. Everybody in the NFL, you got some type of talent. If you didn't, you wouldn't be there. Trust me. And so the guys that really succeed are the ones that are mentally tough, mentally strong, block out everything, and they're go-getters. Ray Lewis was a heck of a talent. I mean, he was physical, he was aggressive, but he was smart as all outdoors. He was mentally tough. Yep. And this cat could dissect a play. Just think about how mentally draining it is when you're on offense and you're about to run a play, and he's calling the play out before you run it. So just think about how that makes you feel as an offense, knowing that the best player on defense in the NFL knows exactly what you're doing, and his other 10 partners know exactly what you're doing as well. That's how smart he was, how mentally tough he was, how in tune he was. And I think when you have those type of players on your team, I think that it'll help you especially get over this mental block that the Falcons have.
Yeah, I agree. And like, it's weird after that Super Bowl loss, Dan Quinn came up with a slogan, "It breaks the suck." Like, and I'm looking like that's not going to motivate anybody at all. You pretty much telling them we sorry, so we need to play sorry, and we are sorry. Like, and it's this. I'm not trying to make this show on, bashing Dan Quinn or bashing Raheem Morris, anything like that. But we've been saying this for a while here at FILA Sports, AFN, and Georgia Sports Hospitality and Media. Like, the problem with this team has been for a long time is the culture and the identity of style of football that we want to play.
I want to say about Dan Quinn, it just seemed like it was more of a, hey, let's, this brotherhood, thing that we created. It was more, he was trying to be a friend to the players, not necessarily hold them accountable for, things that could happen. That's kind of how I feel. Like they, you can hear it from the interviews as well. They really stick up for Dan Quinn, but they don't want to say what really is the issue. It's just like, we support Dan Quinn. It's all good, but you can just kind of hear, they're trying to hide behind something. But I just feel like, it was more of a friendship. We love this man, but I just felt like they kind of gave up on him close, a little bit. It just seemed like it was the same speech each and every time they interviewed, from all the players. It's kind of like let's just be quiet. We want our paychecks. That's kind of how I feel. That's just my opinion. But
well, Miss Maggie to the T. I just from my perspective, I've had the opportunity to meet Coach Quinn, and I agree totally with you. I still do a lot of stuff with the Falcons. Because of COVID, we haven't been able to do a lot, in community with them, or even go to the facility as much as we normally do. But the time that I met Coach Quinn last season, a heck of a guy. I mean, he has such a personality that it is growing. Mm-hmm. He will make you want to actually be around him and be in the presence. But I can guarantee you, though, a lot of times what goes on behind the scenes is not what's projected out in the public. I can guarantee you that they were actually talking about and discussing the issues. Because we actually talked about some of the issues when I actually met with them. So they're talking about the issues, but what they're doing is they present a united front, which is what you need to do. And you don't want to throw your coach, or you don't want to throw your players under the bus. Though you have some coaches that would do that, and
they do that. They do that.
They do it a lot. I came from an era, Coach Darren Reeves. Hey, he was more so, hey man, what we doing here is in here. All right, let's not let it all out. And Marvin Lewis was the same way. I mean, Coach Lewis, a lot of people looked at him as being new school. But Coach Lewis would get after you if you said anything about the team, anything about your team.
I got a question.
Marvin Lewis to me was very. I knew he was a very aggressive type of coach.
Oh my goodness!
And he let you have it if you messed up.
Man, listen to me.
I have a question for you.
Okay, you want me to answer first, or you want to ask the question? Ask the question first.
Go ahead. Answer.
Let me go ahead. Ask the question.
No, I was basically saying that you picked on something really interesting there, and I'm thinking that maybe this is a culture type of thing, because you played in a different era where it was perfectly fine to call out players and call out each other. Do you think it's a culture type of thing, a culture deal?
Yeah,
it's a different generation, man. A lot of players can't.
It is. It's a very different generation, and again, when I came in the league again, Dan Reeves gave the veterans free will to police the whole team. I mean, we as rookies, we had to answer to the old heads. We couldn't go to the coach and say, hey, man, if we went to the coach and said, Coach, man, this player's doing it, he would say, listen, man, get out of my face with that. Whatever they tell you to do, you do it, Rook. I mean, it was like that, and the older heads would get after the young guys, and the older heads would make sure that you were in line. I mean, you had to come in on your P's and Q's, and you had to really do all the extra stuff, that the old heads didn't want to do, and they put it on your shoulders to do it. It was almost as if, like, I'm not gonna say initiated, but you had to earn their respect. It didn't matter how high you was drafted, you had to earn it, and then once you earned it, then you felt like, hey, now I'm a part of the team. It was almost just like, hey, that's how it's supposed to be. And it made you really feel like, hey, and I can remember guys like Chuck Smith, man. Chuck Smith did me dirty many days. But he's my big bro. Chuck is my big bro because he told me, he said, listen now, Rook, I'm going to have you right. And I don't want you to represent us in the wrong way. So I'm going to get after you in practice. I'm going to kick your butt in practice. And he did it many a days, him and the hammer, Jesse Tuggle. But guess what? He told me, listen, man, we're going to lead this game better than we found it, and we're going to make sure we get you prepared to take over the game and to take over in a way that's going to make us look good. It's going to make the older guys pleased. And they did just that for us. And guess what? I gave the younger guys that same treatment once I got a chance.
That's right. Earn your spot.
I feel like that makes the bond of the team.
Absolutely.
Like, it makes a cohesive team.
Absolutely.
Like you have older players who've been there, who've been in those shoes, and you're trying to teach these young guys, these young cats out there, hey, we gonna do it this way. You ain't gonna do it this way. Hey, we gonna make sure we're gonna make it very uncomfortable for you to be here. We gonna
absolutely.
You won't ask for a trade or get cut.
And that's behind the scenes, guys, that's what did happen a lot of times. A lot of times you could get a young guy that was super talented, a guy that was all world in college, but when they got to the pros, they didn't want to buy into the program. They didn't want to, what we would call submit. They didn't want to submit. They were big heads. They didn't want to buy into what we were trying to do as a team. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times because they didn't fit in, it wasn't because they weren't talented. It's just because, shucks, man, this guy, he's messing up the chemistry. You know what? We can go find somebody else that can do it. And so they would go on to the next person and think, well, what's going on? Well, you just didn't fit in with the chemistry, and that's just the name of the game. The NFL means not for long. You know what I mean? You're not willing to do it. Mm-hmm. That's why you have an NFL draft every year. That's find the next guy that's willing to come in happily to take your position. And so Coach Lewis, I had guys like Coach Lewis who were, dang, that cat, when I left Atlanta, I thought Coach Reeves, made us practice hard. Shoot, Coach Lewis had us going 2 hours and 45 minutes strong, doing 2-a-day practices, man. And I'm talking about hitting every single day. And everything was full speed, down the field running, coming back to the huddle running, full speed down the hill. Down the field, everything was fast-paced, physical. And Coach Lewis taught us, listen, man, in order to change the culture, you're going to have to change. And you got to change it from the inside out. You can't keep doing the same stuff. You're going to expect different results. And he made sure he put that stamp on the team. And I tell you, he got rid of a lot of players that he knew weren't going to buy into the system. And he changed that culture really, really quickly with guys like Willie Anderson, who, he could be a Hall of Famer here soon. Guys like Richie Brown, Brian Simmons, Corey Dillon, Rudy Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, which is one of my favorite teammates of all time. I mean, man, they all bought into what Coach Lewis was saying. But it's a mentality. I do agree with you, man. It's a mentality. You got to have a mentality. Your team has got to have a certain makeup. So when you play opposing teams, they just say, okay, guys, listen, we got to bring our lunch pail today.
Exactly.
You got to come ready to play and bring your A game.
And I remember y'all receiving core in Cincinnati was great. Like y'all had Ocho Cinco, Peter Ward, you was there. Y'all TJ Houshmandzadeh.
And then we had Chris Henry, had Slim came into the mix. Chris Henry was a heck of a talent, man.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Chris Henry.
Rest in peace, man. That was my dog. Misunderstood, great guy, but he was the real deal. We have some good tight ends and Matt Schobel, Tony Stewart, and then we brought in Jermaine Gresham a little bit later on into the mix. Rudy Johnson, man. Yeah, I think Cincinnati had been losing. We were the Bungles. Well, I ain't gonna say a week because I wasn't part of the squad. They were the Bungles for the longest. Think about it, man. When you go over 10 years, 10 plus years without having a winning season, dude, that's got to work on your psyche. And so they were considered the Bungles for the longest. And then Coach Lewis came in to try to change the culture. So you got to think over those 10 years, they were getting first picks in the draft for years, either number 1, number 2, or number 3. So they were loaded.
Kenyon Carter. I remember him. Who else? They had a lot of draft picks, man.
Yeah, what you talking about? Then you had Levi Jones, left tackle, Eric Steinbach, left guard. You had Willie Anderson, right tackle, Chad Ochocinco, Peter Ward, Rudy Johnson. Man, shoot. Dude, we were loaded.
Chris Perry. Don't forget about my boy Chris Perry, man.
That's right. Chris Perry came in from Michigan. And then on the flip side, we had Torrey James as a corner Pro Bowl, corner Delta.
Then y'all had Justin Smith. Y'all had Justin Smith on that defense. Who else y'all had on there? Y'all had Thurman. And y'all defense was like y'all had a good defense, man.
Yeah, Oliver Gibson, OG, man. We had a lot of people, and we were loaded, but we needed the right commander. All right, we needed the right commander to come in and put his stamp and said, "No, man, we don't do it this way." You got to think about Coach Lewis. He came from Baltimore when he had Ray Lewis. I mean, that defense. Then went to the Redskins, and everywhere he went, it was all about lunch pail, blue collar. He would always tell us, "Put your head down, get your shovels out, put your steel toe boots on. It's time to go to work, man." And that's the type of mentality he brought to the team. Wasn't nothing soft about it. I'm just gonna be real about it. I know that may. I know people may get upset when you say, "Hey, when they're soft about us, we were hard-nosed, tough," and I think we came in, and that's why the rivalry became a little bit intense between us and the Steelers, because the Steelers were so used to running over a soft Bengals team. Well, Coach Lewis coached for Pittsburgh,
right?
And so he came in and said, "Listen, man, I'm from Pittsburgh.
I know what they running.
You can put a bad name. You gonna put a bad stamp on my name, especially when I go back home." So he wanted he wanted us to know for sure that we could compete with the Steelers, and we're gonna make this thing a rivalry. And it don't matter who win this game; it's gonna be a slug fest, and that's exactly what it was, and that's why that rivalry became so intense.
Y'all got robbed in that 2005 playoff, man.
Yeah, man, they did my boy. Yeah, they hit
Carson Palmer. How they did my boy Carson Palmer, man. Yep. Then Chris Henry got hurt on that play, man. I promise you, because y'all was like 10th in the league in scoring.
Yeah, man.
And I remember that, man. I'm like, man, because if y'all would have beat the Steelers, no one would have beat y'all. I don't see the Patriots, the Colts, even Broncos, anything, or the Colts to beat y'all that year. Y'all had a great team that year.
Yeah, we stood a good chance of going all the way that year. Maggie, to your point, we had a no huddle system, and Carson Palmer called all the plays. Just to your point, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. So even back then, we had a no huddle system, and Carson, the offensive coordinator, just trusted him. And Carson, I think that was maybe
he got drafted in the 2003, so that was his second year.
His second year, and he was commanding the offense like that to where we had our no huddle system. We started implementing that no huddle system a little bit midway through that season. And he got so comfortable with it that we ran that the whole game. He was every play, except when we got down to the red zone goal line. When we got down to the red zone goal line, the field, shrinks a lot, so we had to huddle up and then call our red zone short yards goal line package. So that changed. But other than that, from the 20-yard out, oh yeah, we were no huddle all day long, all day strong.
So y'all coordinator was Bob Brankowski.
Yeah, he coached at Pittsburgh as well, and Bob was a cool cat, man. He was a cool cat, and he was the type of coordinator that you wanted to play for. He was a mellow guy. Got a little fiery at times at Chad. He and Chad always went back and forth, man. Because he knew Chad back when Chad was I think elementary school. So he had a good relationship with Chad for a long time. So that was one of the reasons why they drafted him, because of Coach Brankowski. And so they've had a good relationship. So he could go at Chad certain ways, and Chad would try to come back to him in certain ways. But we always knew, what that was all about. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he was a great offensive coordinator. He's the type of guy that would listen to his players, especially veteran guys that he trusted. And if he trusts you, he was going to call your number, and he's going to lean on you and depend on you, especially when you play tough games like Pittsburgh and Baltimore back in those days.
And this is why I have a lot of respect for Carson. All right, he was one of my favorite, like back then in that era, because you had Peyton Manning, Tom Brady was like at his greatest at that time. But then you had other quarterbacks like Ben Roethlisberger, who was emerging, Eli Manning, and those guys like that. But my favorite quarterback back then was Carson Palmer, and I feel like Carson Palmer was getting the same treatment in Cincinnati that Matt Ryan is getting right now with the Falcons. Do you agree or you disagree on that?
Yeah, he was getting some of that same type of treatment as well. Obviously a high draft pick. They wanted him to win the big game. Carson was cerebral, man. He was mentally tough. Even though he was getting that type of treatment, nothing shook him. I mean, nothing shook him. Carson could throw 3 interceptions in the game and come right back and just hit Chad on a dime, on a bang 8 right down the middle. I mean, he had that type of mental toughness about him, and that's why we loved him so much. I hated to see him leave and hated to see him part ways with Cincinnati. The way it went down, because man, this is a guy that could have been a great franchise quarterback for Cincinnati for quite some time. But you got to know he's a tough cat if you go to play at Arizona and play under Coach Bruce Arians. BA ain't no joke, man. I'm telling you. And BA was my offensive coordinator with Mississippi State my freshman year.
I was gonna bring that up too. Yep.
He was a heck of a guy. No nonsense guy. Just gonna tell you like it is. If you got thin skin, if you don't have thick skin, you don't want to play for him because he's gonna tell you exactly how he felt. And for Carson to go and play for Coach Bruce Arians, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen him on the sideline. He was actually telling Coach Arians, "I don't like this play. I don't like this play. Let's run this play." Coach Arians would be like, "No, I like that play." Carson would be like, "No, let's run this play." And so that lets you know that he was a commander. He knew the plays that he liked. But Coach BA was going to give him. Coach BA was going to let him slide that easy. Now he's going to make sure he put his stamp on it too. Trust me.
Exactly.
So let me ask you something. How would you, knowing what you know about the NFL and playing in the NFL, how would you fix this Falcons team?
Well, I think that obviously we're going to have to bring some new coaches in. That's a no-brainer. There's going to have to be something, and I'm not trying to criticize any of the coaches that are there because I like Coach Morris. I do. I like him a lot. He's an energetic guy. I remember when he took the job at Tampa. He was an energetic guy. You can tell he has a lot of positivity, have a lot of insight about the game of football. But you're going to have to bring in something to spark some new energy. You're going to have to do that. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And in the NFL, if you don't do that, you're going to end up losing your fan base. Mm-hmm. You're going to end up losing some credibility with your players. And you're going to have veteran players and free agents that's not going to want to come to the team if they know you're not going to have the right commander that can give them a chance to actually put a winning product on the football field. I mean, let's be honest, this is a fan-driven league. You want to put a good product out there on the field for your fans. And that's no doubt about it. We know that, in the NFL huddle, in the NFL franchise, you know that in the locker room, yeah, you're playing for your teammates. You're playing for that logo that's on your jersey. But yet you got a city and a state and a fan base that's dependent on you, and they want to see you put a great product on the football field. And you owe it to them. Let's be honest. You do owe them to do that. And so when your fan base is starting to get a little fickle, when your fan base is saying, man, come on now, we got to do something different. They're tired of the same old, then something has to change. And that starts with the right type of coach. And I'm hoping that we get a coach that when we do bring him in, the fan base will be very excited. The current players will be excited. And free agents would want to actually come to Atlanta and be a part of, this building. Well, I'm not gonna call it a building process, but we got some good players.
Yeah, we got
retooling. We're not rebuilding. We're retooling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So you're gonna need that type of coach to bring that type of energy, that type of tough nose.
No nonsense.
All right. Who do you have in mind, or who's the guys that you have in mind who you think that can come in and be the head coach? for the Falcons who can turn things around.
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Hey, I'm the done, man. I am the done. I ask questions like that, man.
You know, and
Marvin
you know,
Lewis. Let's bring Marvin Lewis.
And believe it or not, I don't have an answer. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't.
That's how I feel. I don't even get into it because it's like, you know, it's some good people out there, but I'm not going to put my stamp on just one person.
Well, I put my stamp on like 10, 12, 13 people. I've done some scouting reports on some coaches in the NFL right now, and I got some names. I don't know if you want me to sound them out or not.
Go through the names. Go through the names. I got my pen here, and I'm gonna write down these names too.
Okay, bet. One of them is Don Martindale, the defense coordinator for the Ravens.
Okay, all right.
Rex Ryan.
Okay. So Rex been out quite some time, right?
Yeah.
How long has Rex been out?
He been out for like 5 years.
5 years. Okay. All right.
4 or 5 years, something like that. All right. Another Brian Dabble. Right. Matt Eberflus from the Colts. Okay. Dennis Allen. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you.
You good?
Okay. Arthur Smith.
You know, Dennis used to be here a long time ago, don't you?
Yeah, I remember on that Wade Phillips coaching staff. Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sure did.
Who was number 6? Who was number 6?
So
you went Dennis Allen, and who's after Dennis?
Todd Bowles.
Okay.
And then I have Brian Schottenheimer.
Right.
Another guy. I don't know if he'd be a head coach in the league. I think he'd be a great offensive minded coach, a great OC. Babers from Syracuse. Okay. I think he'd be good. And let's see. Another name that you familiar with, Darren Simmons.
Darren Simmons.
The special team coach for the Bengals.
I know Darren. I know him quite well. Okay. Now, is Coach Simmons? Is he even putting his name in the hat to be a coach?
No one knows yet. But what happened with Coach Taylor, the Bengals, he promoted him to be the assistant head coach this year. Okay. So he was there ever since 2003. Because Marvin Lewis got there to be he was a special team coach. Yeah. If you look at how his career is, it's very parallel to John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh was a longtime special teams coordinator for the Eagles. And what Andy Reid did his last year with the Eagles, he promoted John Harbaugh to be the D-backs coach because he said that most special team coaches, they don't really get any time to be a head coach. Mm-hmm. And so that pretty much got him a job in Baltimore. Okay. And now we got Joe Judge with the Giants right now, too. He was a special teams coordinator with the Patriots.
All right. Well, Coach Simmons came in. He was one of the coaches that came in that year that I came in with Coach Lewis as well in 2003. So I know him really, really well. And again, he was one of those firecrackers too. He's a firecracker. He'll get out there, hard nosed. During the off season, he goes home and work on the farm, with his family. So that lets you know he's blue collar type of a coach. So he hadn't let the NFL cause him to kind of forget, his upbringing and forget his roots. He's still going home, helping out on the farm and digging deep and getting his hands dirty. So yeah, he's a hard nosed, go get him type of a coach as well. I didn't know that he was even interested in probably being a head coach, but he could definitely do that. He's had the experience. He's been there a long time. And I know when Coach Lewis, came to an agreement to leave the team, and I know, the team got rid of some of the other coaches, they made sure that they kept Coach Simmons around, kept him on staff. So that speaks volumes as well.
All right. Another question. All right. Do you think, since we talking about retooling and moving into a new direction with the new coaching staff and GM, by the way, do you think that we need to move on from Matt Ryan? Do you think we need to draft another quarterback this year?
Well, at some point, yes. I think that you're gonna have to bring a young guy in. You're gonna have to bring a young guy in to kind of mentor him and get him ready for the NFL. I think at some point you are.
But this year, though, this upcoming year in the draft,
if you don't do it this year, for sure you got to do it next year. And now you can always bring in a qualified backup. But what year is this for Matt?
This is his
13th year.
Yeah, you need to bring in a good young quarterback, and that doesn't mean he's going to play this year. But I think that you can bring in a good guy to come in and start to tutor him, to teach him, and what better to learn from a guy by the name of Matty Ice who can play, who let's say he's mentally sharp, the guy who understands football. You got a young guy that can learn on him, no different than Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, they drafted. Aaron was drafted 26?
05. He drafted. It was 05, and then
what pick was he? Was late in the draft.
He was like 21st, 22nd, something like that.
And of course, and I'm not sure how much Brett, helped him out. I've heard a lot of stories here and there. But yet you had a young, talented quarterback that came in. They didn't necessarily need him because Brett was still Brett, but yet they brought him in, kind of developed him, nurtured him, showed him the game, and let him learn from a legend, right? And then, let's look what type of quarterback he is now. Not saying that they couldn't have thrown him into the fire right away, but I think it's good when you can bring in a young quarterback and let him study and learn from a veteran quarterback. I think it just make him just that much more better. I'm not saying that we have to draft a young guy this year, but I think it would be a wise thing if they did. I do. I think that it would be a wise thing if they invest in a young guy.
I agree with it. Maybe not in the first round, though.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that you don't. And again, this is me. You still have a good, qualified, solid, elite quarterback in Matt Ryan. So if you are going to draft high in the first round, you're going to want it to be for a position that you really, really need.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really need.
Say that again.
Next question: what position do you guys think we really, really need right now?
A pass rusher.
Rusher. All right.
Either a pass rusher or a free safety. And first off, we don't know what's going to happen with Alex Mack because he may end up hanging it up this year. So if Alex Mack retires, that's going to change the dynamic of the draft completely because you're going to have to find a center.
Well, I would say this: if he retires, you don't want to bring in a fresh. I'm sorry, not fresh. You don't want to bring in a rookie center to be your starter. And so I don't know if you would want to invest a high first round draft pick on a rookie center. Normally, you want to bring in a center that has tons of experience because they're going to have a lot of pressure. Center makes all the calls, all the line calls, all the protection calls. You don't want to bring in a young guy and put all that pressure on him. Plus, you got to have great snaps and the whole nine. I would say if Mac retires, then go get you a veteran center. Go get you a good veteran center that understands defense, understands schemes, understands blitz packages. And so you don't put all that pressure on, on a young guy trying to come in, regardless of how high he's drafted. I'm telling you, man, these NFL defenses, they're salivating. They're hoping you put a young center in the mix. Mm-hmm. Full advantage of them. Trust me, it's like blood in the water. If it's a shark, they're going to attack. Well, I think if you are going to draft, I agree with. We do need somebody coming off the edge. I think Jared. I think he's doing a great job plugging up that middle. Garrett. I'm sorry. Gray was doing a heck of a job plugging up the middle. We do need some people coming off the edge, bringing some heat. When you have that, then your DBs don't have to necessarily cover as long. I'm going to say this: the Pittsburgh Steelers, shucks, when they had James Harrison, Woodley, shucks, who was Ferrier, those linebackers, they had a front seven that got after the quarterback. When the back end, the DBs made their job so much easier to the point where they didn't have to cover a long time. Man, a good pass rush and good coverage go hand in hand. If you got defensive linemen and linebackers that can get after the quarterback, that's going to make the job of the DBs a lot better to the point where you don't necessarily have to have all pro DBs. You just got to have a good defensive lineman, good defensive line that can get the job done. So for me, if you can get the guys up front on the defense to put that heat on the quarterback and stop the running game, well, a quarterback's going to get frantic at some point when they see a guy in his face all the time, and they're going to throw some errant passes. There's no quarterback in this NFL that I know likes to get hit besides Cam Newton. None of the rest of them can't really take a blow. So trust me, when they see some heat coming at them, they're going to get happy feet, throw the ball quick. That's when the DBs can take advantage of it. So I agree we need to get some good pass rush.
So when you talk about, we was talking about Matt Ryan a little earlier and getting another quarterback, you gotta, and with that being said, you gotta find a coach that's not gonna listen to this fan base. Because one bad game, they're gonna be trying to get that rookie quarterback in there as soon as possible.
We're impatient fan base.
Yeah. So if you do decide to grab a quarterback this year, the coach has to be a strong coach who's gonna say, I don't care, he's not playing. But I would like us to draft Micah Parsons. I know everybody's tired of hearing it, but that's who I want.
Well, I would say this to your point. If you do draft a rookie quarterback, second, third round, or something like that, if you do draft a rookie one, you wouldn't put him in unless your starting quarterback just not playing, just not giving you the production that you need. But go ahead and put him in there. It's not going to hurt, right? It's not going to hurt if he's not giving you the production, if he's not putting your team in a position to win. Go ahead and put the young guy in there. We saw that in Philadelphia, right? I mean, we saw that in Philadelphia last week, and that turned out really well. And I'm not sure what the young quarterback did this week. How did he play at Philly? How did Hurts play?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, how did
he played well? He won.
He played really good.
So if your starting quarterback, franchise quarterback, is not getting the job done, and if he's a detriment to the team, then at that point I say, yeah, go ahead and put the young guy in. Let's see what he can do. But anyway, who's the quarterback that you listed?
No, it wasn't a quarterback. It was a defensive end. Micah Parsons, Penn State.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's who I want.
I like Gregory Rousseau from Miami, but I'm looking at the offensive tackle. What sexy picks to me, because some people look at sexy picks as a quarterback and a receiver. I look in the trenches, man. Like that guy Panini Sewell from Oregon, man.
Okay, well, how would that pan out? Okay, you got 2 first rounders on anchoring the right side of your offensive line. And then you got what's the 70? His dad played a long time.
You got Jake Matthews on the left. You got Caleb McGarry on the right.
All right. So you got 2 first round draft picks, right? Mm-hmm. And Matthews got paid a boatload of money. Your 2, the right guard and right tackle, are first rounders, and they're young players, and they're actually looking pretty good. So you got to ask yourself a question again: do you want to waste another pick on the offensive line when you got 3 really young offensive linemen that can anchor your offensive line that's already pretty much doing a really good job? Or again, like we all talked about, if we want to go on the defensive front, and if we can listen, I'm even though I'm an offensive guy, I always believe defense wins games. I believe
Thank you.
Defense wins games. I mean, it doesn't matter really how potent your offense is if you don't have a defense that can stop them.
If we're not feared on defense, that's a problem.
Every offense always, opposing offenses always have their way with us. Yeah, because we can't get after the quarterback.
Yep, absolutely. I totally agree. And again, this is dating myself, but you guys remember when the Ravens did the Hard Knock video on HBO some time ago, a long time ago, and I remember Ray Lewis. I remember him talking about the defense and shucks, he was just talking about he hated to see an offense get a first down. I mean, man, he's not even talking about he hated to see the offense score. He just hated to see an offense get a first down.
That's the mindset you need to have, though.
And so if you got that type of defense to the point where I remember him telling his offense, listen, guys, y'all can't lose the game for us. Just don't turn the ball over. We'll do the rest. And so if you got that type of defense that can come in and just say, man, listen, offense, you guys just control the ball, don't make any crazy, foolish turnovers. Yeah. We'll do the rest. Trust us. And if you have that type of a defense, that sparks fear in any offense. It puts doubt in the offense that they're actually playing. And I think that if we can get that defense on point, I think we got enough offensive talent, man. Plenty of offensive talent. I think the defense is really, really our Achilles heel at this point.
It's just we missing more pieces on the defense than we are on offense. And the scheme we're running on defense, I feel like it's very predictable. be playing that cover 3. The quarterbacks, they looking at these soft zones and they just pitching it out right in there. Just tucking it. And that's how they've been beating us.
And we're predictable.
Very predictable.
But yeah, we agree with you, man. Like we all here been preaching defense for a long time. This is why we've been high on coaches like or Rich Ryan or Matt Eberflus, because we know these are hard-nosed coaches who are proven on fixing a defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
No, not like I said, no, not to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was never proven because yes, he was with that Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom. But come on, man. Pete Carroll, he's been a defensive guru for years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everywhere this man went, he had a good defense. Like number 1 in the country, he was at USC. So this is I understand a lot of Falcons fans want to say, well, we need an offensive-minded coach. We need a guy like Eric Bieniemy, and we said this before plenty of times. Bieniemy, I feel like he's not even calling the plays out there in Kansas City, and the Reed's calling them. So, and I have a credible source who said that, because they covered the Kansas City Chiefs and they do press conferences there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's good, man. You got the inside scoop, huh?
Oh yes, we work over here, man. We work.
Absolutely. Well, I've heard a lot of people say as well that they would like to get an offensive coach, to try to switch things up. I'm with you though, man. I would like to see a really, really good defensive coach. I would like to see a defense that just flies around and no nonsense, hits you in the mouth, just gritty defense, and that talks a lot of noise, and also, and I like to have some backers that are angry.
Yes.
That are angry, and they approach the running back with an attitude.
Yeah,
that's the type of defense that I want to see, and I think that's what we all want to see, man. That's what we want to see. And like I said, it's only a few pieces. It's not like you got to start from scratch.
Mm-mm.
It's not like you got to rebuild this whole foundation.
Because the defense is looking better.
Yeah, Deion Jones. Let's not forget about 4-year-old Olakun, man. These are dogs. They are playing better gap control.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting through the gaps, making plays in the backfield. I really love what I'm seeing out of those two guys right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We just need. I feel like we get a pass rusher, and then we get a big old defensive tackle, like a nose tackle or one tech that's like stout that can eat up 2 or 3 blocks. Man, those linebackers gonna be clean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you really got another linebacker in 22 back there as well. So he's a linebacker / safety.
Yeah.
Kiki.
And he's a hard hit, man. I like everything about his game. Everything about his game, man. Physical, man. That take me back, the John Lynch days, you know what I mean? Or Big Steve Atwater, guys that come in and just bring the wood and don't apologize for it as well.
Hey, don't forget about my boy Lott.
Absolutely, running left off.
Exactly. Man, this man, woof.
I would hate to see him playing in this era. He may be fine every week, man.
Shout out to Smitty Sports Machine, Parsons Jones, and Alua Khan. Like, telling y'all, I know y'all like, who is this guy? Minka Parsons, Pitt. You gotta go look him up. He is like the best defensive player in the draft, guaranteed.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go ahead and start talking about, because we supposed to mention this, the upbringing in football. You from Mississippi. I spent a few years down there. It is football state. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're waiting on the question.
Oh, that's the question. Your upbringing. No, that was my question. Your upbringing. My bad. Okay. Your upbringing, in football. Background, like high school. We know you played at Mississippi State.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just a down south country boy, man. Again, you can tell by the slow accent. Shucks. After they, went to the bright lights of Stark Vegas and played at Mississippi State University. I played under Jackie Sherrill. He was a hard-nosed coach. And then Chuck ended up playing tight end for him for 4 years. And then leaving here, then was drafted in the second round by the Dirty Birds in 1999. He came in with another hard-nosed coach, Darren Reed. And I tell you, man, Coach Reed, he instilled something in me, man, as far as like details. Details, man. Pay close attention to the details. And I can remember, he connected me to one of our veteran guys by the name of Terrence Matthews. We know Terrence Matthews was all everything here with the Falcons. Back in the days, he was like one of the first 8 players in NFL history to catch over 100 passes in an NFL season. In today's game, that's normal, right, for receivers to do that. But back then, if you had a receiver that go over 100, passes in a season, man, that's considered something crazy. And I remember Terrence pulled me to the side one day as a snotty-nosed rookie. And T-Mac came to me and said, listen, Rook, man, if you do the little things right, the big things will follow. Like, what is old cat talking about, man? They brought me in here. I'm new school, right? I'm a young cat. They brought me in to replace these. What's this old cat talking about? He said, listen to me, Rook. Listen to me, man. If you do the little things right, the big things will follow. See, man, I was a guy that came in, thinking because I was drafted, second round, thinking that I knew everything. I was one of those guys that came in, just wanted to dominate the field, wanted to do my own thing. But what I failed to realize is in the NFL, you got to be detailed. You got to pay close attention to the small details, the small nuances in the game. If you don't, you're destined to fail. And he knew that. He knew I had some talent. He knew I had some skill set, but he knew I wasn't detailed. And he knew that in order for me to reach the total capacity of what I need to be as an NFL player, that was what I need to focus on. It took me getting knocked on my butt quite a few times. Chuck Smith did me in. Jesse Tuggle had Keith Brookins, all those cats, and then playing in some of those games. It took a few bumps and bruises before it finally sunk in. Reggie, man, you got to do the little things right. I started paying close attention to the detail, guys. I started checking out my footwork. My feet were here, there, all over the place. I mastered the craft of having the perfect first step, the perfect second step. My leverage was too high. I had to out-leverage the DBs, out-leverage the linebackers, and then my hands. I had to make sure I had my hands in the perfect place to block. I had to make sure I had good hand-eye coordination when it comes to catching the football. And once I focused on those small details, as a rookie, I was hardly getting any playing time. When the season ended, I was splitting playing time with the starting tight end, Santiago. I had mastered my craft so well based on what the advice that Terrence Matthews gave me that the following season, which was my second year in the NFL, they want me to be the starter. And the starting tight end was O.J. Santiago, who's a good friend. They ended up trading him to play for another team. That small advice took me from one level to the next level. And thanks be to the good Lord, he helped prepare me to play a 13-year NFL career. And so I've taken that small tidbit of advice, and I still talk to Terrence Matthews to this day. He's a high school coach here in Georgia. I'm coaching here in Georgia. And guess who I went to as soon as I got the job for some advice? T. Matthews. And so you have guys like that help bring me up, grow me up, and teach me. And you had coaches like Coach Reed that had enough confidence in the older guys to police the team, like I told you guys, to teach us the right way on how to do stuff. And in turn, it helped me to be who I am today. And I'm extremely grateful and extremely thankful. So from a small country boy to the bright lights of Stark Vegas to the big city of the ATL, baby. Mama, I made it.
Yes. So you did some time. I ain't gonna say you did some time in Cincinnati, but you.
Oh, man, that sounds like a bad thing.
I know that sounds like.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, look, Bengals. Hey, I just told you guys, Carson Palmer was my favorite quarterback at that time.
Yeah.
So and I wanted the Bengals to do because they've been underdogs for years, and I wanted them to. I always said back in 2005, 2006, I said, man, it'd be great to have a Super Bowl, Bengals versus the Falcons, Palmer versus Vic. That's what I wanted to see back then, but ultimately, we didn't get to see that. So hey, but you played there for several years, and You shared it with us about Marvin Lewis. Tell us who's the toughest opponent you played against, like linebacker or DB, defensive end.
Hey, without a shadow of doubt, I played against Michael Strahan. I played against cats like that. The late Reggie White, Bill Romanowski, who was he was there. He was known as being dirty back in the day.
I did not like Bill Romanowski.
Joey Porter, who was a really good linebacker. James Harrison. But I go back to in my opinion, one of the greatest linebackers that ever played the game, man, Ray Lewis. I mean, he wasn't hyped up for no reason at all. This cat was a real deal, man. I'm talking about solid, strong, fast, smart, aggressive, and was a heck of a leader. I mean, the whole climate of the defense changed just because of his presence. I mean, you could see guys just starting to imitate him. His defensive linemen jumping up in the air, just imitating, just based on his leadership. He was a tough cat. He's caught me slipping, quite a few times, but I've had to lay the wood a few times too. I got some film. That's the evidence that y'all don't believe me.
But here's the thing about Ray. But here's the thing about Ray though, because I seen him, at the end of the game, and he run up to certain players, opposing players, and I'm thinking, is he tutoring these guys how to step the game up a little bit? And that's why I respect Ray Lewis so much. Yes, he left. When he went to war on the field, he left everything on the field. When that game was over with, he went and been a teacher to these to players.
He's old school too. Like I said, that's how we grew up. It wasn't just like that here with the Falcons, but it was like that just in the NFL period. It was a brotherhood. I know that the Falcons preach, but it was really a brotherhood. And we all, shucks, I had guys, tight ends that I used to go up to after the game, and they were older guys, and I would ask them stuff, and they would gladly. I mean, it's almost as if they felt honored to have a young guy come ask them questions, and they would gladly tell me secrets. They would gladly give me their phone number. They would gladly tell me, hey, man, if you do this right here will help you get open. If you do that, this right here will help you block that guy. And shucks, it wasn't about keeping secrets. We really wanted to see the game of football exciting. We want to put on a show. We want to put on a show for the fans, and whatever it took for it to be like an exciting reality show, we definitely wanted to put that on the football field. And so you would see Ray Lewis always talking to these guys, giving them spiritual insight. I'm talking to them about the game of football, but you would also see him take Chad Ochocinco in as and mentor him and teach him some stuff about how he should approach the game of football. Two totally different positions, two totally different guys, but yet you still have an older guy wanting to see a wide receiver excel and be a leader on the football field. So he had that type of just that type of mentality, and so did most of the guys back then. And I think that's why the game of football was just so unique, and it was refreshing, for lack of a better word, to the fans and also to us as players, man. We really did love each other. And it's amazing how you can see guys who you never, you may have never just sat down with them, and we went to battle against each other. But like after the game, or like 5 years later after we retired, we meet up and, man, we just joke around and laugh about, I remember we played you guys, you did this. I remember you were dirty and you was this. But it's just a really good brotherhood, man, camaraderie. And I tell you, I miss just being out there on the football field with my brothers. But yet, I'm grateful for the opportunity I have now to kind of teach the younger generation, next generation, how it should be done. Yes. Hey, guys, hold on one second, man. I hate to be unprofessional. I got 1%.
Oh.
Computer, so I got to power up, baby. I got to power up. Hold on 1 second.
All right. We'll give you time. Go ahead. Guys, if y'all are enjoying this show, please hit that like button. Also, if you're watching this, because if I'm looking at it right now, I got some people watching on Twitter and Facebook. Guys, go over to our YouTube channel at FILA Sports Podcast. Hit a subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell, so when we post new content, you get it right then and there. Also, make sure you go follow Georgia Sports Hospitality Media on Twitter. Also, we have a YouTube channel, Georgia Sports Hospitality Media. Go subscribe there as well. And do not forget, go subscribe on YouTube to Atlanta Falcons Nation. We all doing a great job over here, putting out content, not just daily, but almost
every
back in action now, baby.
Every hour.
Did you miss me?
All right. We just went out and plugged everything. All right. So you left Cincinnati, you came back to the Falcons in 2010, right?
Yep, 2011. Yep, 2011.
Okay, it was 2011.
I think it was, right? Yeah, 2011. I end up leaving the Falcons. My first tent played 4 years, from 99 to 2002. And then free agent at 2003, went to Cincy. And then I signed a 4-year contract. And then with Petrino got the job here. And they end up wanting me. Mike, my bad. I shouldn't even brought that up, Mike.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't have brought that up. But Petrino came and got the job. And then they flew me in, wanted me to come back and see what I signed back here with the Birds. And ended up not signing because Carson ended up calling me saying, man, I really want you to come back and play for us, with the Bengals. So when my quarterback came calling, I couldn't let him down. So I ended up signing back with Cincinnati and then signed another 3-year deal. And then came back, since got hurt, signed a 1-year deal, then came back and signed one more 1-year deal with the Falcons in 2011.
All right, tell me about this season, because that was your last year, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, tell me about that season because you transitioned from Carson Palmer to Matt Ryan. Mm-hmm. I know that season we did make the playoffs, and we had high hopes that year as well. But
yeah, we had some real high hopes that year because that was the selling point. That was the selling point for me coming, on the team. They want the tight end that could come in and do some blocking because we had Tony Gonzalez. So
I'll bring him up. Yep.
Yes. He was all everything. TG was all everything tight end. So they wanted to bring another tight end in that can come in and block. And Coach Bob Burkowski, who's my offensive coordinator in Cincinnati, he was the quarterback coach.
He came back a good quarterback coach.
Quarterback coach. So he got in my ear too. Said, Reg, listen, man, I think we got a chance this year. This team they're locked in, they're focused. He gave me the whole spiel. And so I end up coming in, signing a 1-year deal, hoping that we could go far into the playoffs and hopefully, win a Super Bowl. I mean, stuff we had with Roddy White, Julio, that was his first year. Matt was playing really well, had a solid offensive line as well. And so I was hoping to come in and do what I could do to help the team. Unfortunately, we went up to New York. I think it was either New Year's or New Year's Eve or something around that time. Went up to New York to play them in the playoffs. They ended up beating us. And so it was one and done. It wasn't a great year, the year that we really expected it to be. But I think for a lot of Falcons fans, none of the years haven't been good until we can actually win a Super Bowl. I'm definitely hoping that the city can do that. I mean, man, we've come too close. We've come too close not to win one at some point. So at some point, it's going to break through. We're going to actually win one. But I know, man, being a Falcons fan, it's tough to lose in the fashion that we've lost the two that we played in.
It's just, oh man, like that night, man. I cried. Like I normally don't cry. I cried my behind off that night, and I ain't go to sleep none that night. And the next day, because I recorded the Super Bowl on my DVR, I went back, I turned the commentating off, and I watched it. And I'm like, yeah, you start seeing middle of that third quarter, you start seeing that, the Lombardi, we had it almost in our hands. It just start fading away from us.
Well, you see, when you see Arthur, you see Mr. Blank come down on the sideline because he thought the game was over too, and the cameras was on him, and all the excitement, and we had so much momentum. But I knew it. Being a former player, and I'm not just saying it just because I played in the NFL, but just I play sports in general. You can tell when that momentum starts to slip, and when it starts to slip, man, I'm telling y'all, it's hard to stop that rolling train, man. It's hard to stop it.
Yeah.
And I started to see when I was watching the game, I saw that momentum slip. I said, oh boy, We're going to have to do something, and hopefully we can hold on until the clock runs out. But it didn't quite happen like that. And to be honest with you, I know we can always make excuses, but if there had been any other team besides the Patriots, we would be champions. If it was any other team.
Oh, yeah.
Besides, you know, as little league players and whatever, we always heard coaches say, fight to the end. You know, never give up. Yeah, that sounds good. But that's really a true statement right there. When in that particular game, that is the truest form of that particular phrase, fight to the end, because that's exactly what the Patriots did, and it actually paid dividends. May not pay dividends any other time in their life, but that one time, it paid dividends. And man, that's a heartbroken, and that's still a hard pill to swallow. So we ain't got to talk about that too much more, dude.
Yeah, no.
Man, we good, man. Like you like the scab is already scratching it ball again, man.
Yeah.
All right. So now your business venture, KYVAN Foods.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to know what's going on with, you know, your products. It looks very good. I haven't ordered anything. Yet. I will. I just need to know where we go buy it. Can we buy a local here in Atlanta, or do we go online to buy it? You know, the viewers, they want to know as well, you know, where can we get some of this good stuff?
Well, you know, this food company, I really wasn't expecting to start a food company, Maggie. I wasn't. I really wasn't expecting to start a food company.
That's what George Foreman said about the grill, man.
You know what? Absolutely. And, you know, I was getting toward my 11th year in the NFL, and I had some really good conversation with Coach Marvin Lewis. And I said, Coach, you know, hey, let's be real. I'm only going to play so many more years. You know, man, I want to start transitioning, you know, into my next phase of life. And I said, you know, I really would like to be a GM or work in the front office of an NFL franchise. And he said, you know, Reg, I think that would be a really good fit for you. And so I was well on the way of getting that type of tutelage on working in an NFL franchise. That's really what I want to do. I feel like that's the way I could really give back, you know, to the game of football. Lo and behold, man, just never know how life is going to take you and what it has for you.
How things just present itself for you at the right moment.
Absolutely. So I've always done a lot of work in the community, and I still do with kids. And so when I used to play, I used to reward kids who exemplify great academic excellence with free football camps. I used to give them free football camps. I would fly my teammates down. Keenan Forney, you know, was one of my good teammates that came down to help me out with my football camp, and along with my other teammates. And I would reward the kids with, you know, gear, the whole nine. And I wanted kids to understand, Maggie, and that it's very important. When you do good, you're going to get good. You know, hard work pays off. And so that was my message to them. But after the football camps, and for that matter, after any event in Mississippi,
you barbecue.
Good food. Yes,
sir.
Yeah. So,
you know, work hard, you ready?
Yep. I'm talking about every little league football game, man. They got not just a grill, they got like barrels, like lined up on the sideline.
Absolutely. So you know exactly where I'm going. So my family and my wife's family cook for all the volunteers. And I know my teammates, they couldn't stop raving about our food. And one of my teammates' wife, she called my wife and said, Sheila, y'all need to do something with these family recipes. You know, at the time, I was tripping. I really was, because I was like, listen, man, I don't know anything about this food industry stuff, but I do know about football. And I knew where I wanted my career to go. And so, you know, my wife said, well, Reggie, you know, that's really not a bad idea. And so, you know, listen to my wife, which, hey, y'all know the story. Listen to your wife. Yeah. So I listened to my wife.
We always know best.
Absolutely. Hey, no complaint, no denial on that one. And I listened to my wife. She said, let's come up with, you know, this food comes. Let's take our family recipes. And we did it. And we tried to come up with a name. And I said, well, let's name it Reggie Kelly's. No. And then, how about 82s? Well, sure. How many 82 jerseys you got out there? Then my wife again said, you know what? We got two kids. My daughter, her name is Kyla. My son's name is KYVAN. Why not combine their names and then put their names on the logo and leave a legacy behind them? So the KY in KYVAN comes from my daughter. Her name is Kyla. And the VAN in KYVAN comes from my son's name is KYVAN. We combine the two to come up with KYVAN Foods. And so that's the gist behind the name. And we're just like any parent. You know, you want to give your kids a head start in life and you want to prepare them the best way you can. And so we did it with this food company. And so we sell products to Amazon, Walmart.com, Kroger.com. You can buy them on our online platform. We've been featured on QVC, HSN, Sports Illustrated.
Y'all was on Shark Tank when y'all.
No, we didn't do Shark Tank. I'm a little bit hesitant about giving that much real estate to these sharks. And I've gotten some good advice from some people that's been in the industry. The way that we're doing it is a productive way where we don't necessarily have to give up so much of the company, even though you get tons and tons of influence. They give you tons and tons of brand awareness without a shadow of a doubt to be on the show. And I've had opportunities to be on Shark Tank, but I think the way that we're doing it, you know, we're being cautious. We are learning the business ourselves, and we're digging deep. And like Terrence Mathis told me, if you do the little things right, Reggie, the big things will follow. And we're experiencing those big things, and hopefully we can continue to experience them as well. So again, you know, you can check us out at KYVAN82.com. You guys check out our Instagram page. Do a lot of giveaways. So check us out.
Well, I like to eat, so I'm definitely checking you out.
Definitely appreciate it. Our motto is one take you appreciate it.
Y'all do sponsorship. Oh, we'll definitely plug it for you.
We'll put it on. We'll mention it on our show.
We're gonna plug it for you. You know, we'll talk business after the show. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, we need to, you know, all, you know, work together to get everything off the ground. You know.
Yes.
So we appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you guys. And I know we're going to talk about football. I appreciate you guys, you know, talking about our business as well.
Oh, yeah. We have to highlight what you're also doing. Yes, the NFL is what got you started. But, you know, like you said, transition to that other, you know, the afterlife of that. Your life has to continue to go on. You still got to pay your bills. You still got to feed your family. So that's as important as it is, of course, talking about your NFL career.
Well,
I say.
Here's the thing. A lot of people, you know, they remember you on the football field. Mm-hmm. You know, but what are you doing now? This is what we care about. What are you guys doing now? Because we've seen a lot of players, you know, CTE and all this taking their lives and everything. And that's why, you know, over here at FILA Sports, GSHM, AFN, we care about the veterans, you know, former players who played the game. We want to check up on y'all, you know, chat it up, see how you guys doing, you know, because, look, we want to show you guys we still care about y'all. Y'all made a huge impact on this team and in this fan base.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate the platform as well, and more so than anything, guys. You know, obviously, I've started this business, and I do, you know, some other things as well as far as business. But you know, one of the key things, and I know that this is something that I'm passionate about, so I believe that this is my purpose. You know, I really enjoy the opportunity to influence the kids out there. It's important for our kids, you know, to understand and know that God has given you multiple talents. Use them all. You know, my grandma, she had a phrase, baby, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, for the younger generation, they may not quite understand that, but she was just telling me, baby, if you got a talent, use it. Don't just focus on one thing. Use everything that you have. Put it all in there. Mm-hmm. Get the best out of your life. And so, you know, I do want to be that type of inspiration to the next generation to say, hey, man, you know, if you're athletic, good, but you got more going on for you than just athletics. You know, if you're smart, if you're creative, if you're funny, you know, if you're innovative, use all of that. Throw all of that in the pot, and don't allow this world and don't allow people to put you in a box to make you think you can only do one thing. I can't tell you guys. So many times I've heard, you know, a lot of people say, well, why are you doing food, man? Aren't you a football player? I said, no. Football is just what I do. A man of God is who I am. I'm much more than just football. And if you give me an opportunity, I can let you see that I'm much more than football. And so that's why I try to encourage the kids, you know, don't let people compartmentalize you and put a box around you saying that you only have to do this or do that or live up to their expectations. You don't have to do that. You got a dream, go for it, fight for it, be everything that you were meant to be.
I want to say this about AFN real quick, and the fact that you mentioned that just wanted to be an inspiration to the youth. This is what AFN is building towards. We're trying to mentor young kids as well as open up, like eventually when it branches off, open up camps and things like that. To just kind of get this young generation off the streets and kind of motivated to, do a little bit more, because I think they need a little bit more guidance, as I'm seeing. And this is kind of what AFN, yes, we are, a podcast and things. And, we have people that tune in to all of us, FILA Sports, but at the same time, what else can we do along with talking football? How can we help our youth? And that's kind of something that me and Mike are definitely trying to get together as well. So, beyond the football.
Now, I've been doing this for 10 years now, teaching. Mm-hmm. I did coach for a little bit, but I'm trying to transition out of the classroom, become an administrator. Because these kids these days, man, you're right, they need guidance. Mm-hmm. They really do, and it takes, like we go back and say, man, it takes a village to raise a kid, and it does. And I feel like society went away from that. We got to get back to that.
We do,
because it's so many, millennials, like young adults. Or I'm not even young no more. Let me stop tripping. But there's so many adults like our age, we don't say anything to these kids anymore. Like we just they ain't none of my kids, so I'm my own business.
Not my business.
That is your business. Mm-hmm. This kid one day, he or she is either gonna be operating on you or they're gonna be robbing you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You got to make the choice.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. It's funny. It's funny though. It's funny how even though it seems like the kids they get a little frustrated when you talk to them, but you can tell they're listening, because they'll come back and repeat the same stuff that you're saying, and they'll come back, well, Coach, you told me don't do that, so that's why. And it's just, if you can just spark just a little bit of change, you just don't know how far it would take those kids, and it's important for us to be grown up and to show them the way. They're not always going to like it. I tell the kids, you hate me now, but you'll love me later, because the stuff that I'm trying to teach you guys, it's going to help you succeed in life. And I could care less if you don't like me. I just want to see you succeed. If you hate me but you succeed, I've done my job.
Exactly. That's it. You know what? I say the same thing to my students about it. I'm not here for you to like, but at the end of this, you're going to respect me, and you're going to see that I made you better than when you came in my door the first time. And a lot of them, they at the end of that, they say, man, you right. And then they come see me all the time, as kids. They're not kids anymore. They grown. They got families. They got careers. They always reach out to me, man. They say, hey, man, Mr. C, I appreciate everything you done, man. And I'm like, hey, you had the talent already in you. You just needed that voice to bring it out of you.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, man. Totally agree.
So, anybody else have any questions before we wrap it up?
He said it all. He definitely said it all.
Soaking up knowledge over here.
He said it all. We just.
Oh, you know what? One question: would you ever consider becoming an NFL coach?
Well, yeah, yes, I would. Yes, I would. And let me tell you what happened quickly. I did talk with some businessmen, before I actually really dove into the business, this food industry. And I talked to some businessmen, and I said, man, I'm debating right now. I'm struggling because I want to go back and still coach, or want to go back into the front office and be a part of an NFL franchise. And then one successful business owner said, well, how old are your kids? I said, well, at that time, I think my daughter was about maybe 7 years old. And my son, he was like 5. He said, so you got a 7-year-old and you got a 5-year-old. All right. So he said, you've been very blessed, young man, to the point where you was able to play in the NFL. Now you're retired and you can dictate your own schedule, which means you can spend a lot of time with your kids. You can help them with their homework. You can go to their games. You can help mold them and be that father figure that you need to be in their life. But if you actually went to go coach or work in the NFL franchise, they're going to dictate your schedule. So there's a strong chance that you're not going to be able to spend all that time with them. You're going to miss a lot of special events. You're not going to be able to help them with their homework. This is a vital time in your life as far as your kids, because the NFL life is a little bit different, than other occupations. You really have to. I've seen some coaches, guys, they get to work at 6 o'clock. They don't leave to 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And some of the coaches, one of my tight ends coaches used to actually have a sleeping bag in his office. He said, well, it's easier for me just to go to sleep and then go home, get a couple of hours of sleep and come back. And so I started to think about that. That means I will hardly ever see my kids. And so he just said, well, just do this. Think about starting your business, focusing on your business, spending time with your kids. And when your kids get older, you can go back and coach, because you really would have spent.
That's great advice. That's really great advice.
That's good, because it does take a lot of time out of you.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm going to do. So to answer your question, yes, at some point when they get up in age and when they, leave and go off to college, and so you may see me, start back, put my name in the hat as far as coaching in the NFL.
All right, I'm taking notes. I'm gonna hit you up. Hey, what's going on?
Absolutely. Hey, I love it. Or if not coaching, working in the front office. That's the dream, front office.
Hey, I really feel like you would do a better job than Louis Riddick, in my opinion.
God, we not do that, though.
You believe in the defense. Definitely have.
Yeah, you believe in defense, so that's the coaching you want to do. That's the philosophy you have. You have the philosophy of what we really need here, so that you already be a great candidate. You know what you want this team to look like.
Absolutely. Well, again, I'm gonna say it again, and it don't need to be said, but I'm gonna say it again. Defense wins championships. Offense sell tickets. So,
there you go.
And that's it's been that way as long as I can remember. That's never gonna change. So if you want to win, you got to have a good defense. You're just gonna have to.
And it's coming from a tight end, you guys.
Hey, look, this comes from an offensive guy.
Man, don't take this the wrong way, but I love you for saying that. We really do. We really love you. Thank you for saying that. Good gracious.
I'm gonna put a clip out and just put this on FILA tomorrow, and let everybody see.
We're definitely
definitely
gonna plug it.
We're gonna quote it and be like, yeah, because he said.
And this is ladies and gentlemen, this is a credible source. I don't just,
and if you need some, if you need some backup, I get my boy Keenan Corner to come on and vouch.
We had Keenan on here plenty of time.
We had him.
We had Keenan Forney on here plenty of time.
Chris Draft, Keenan Forney, Chuck Smith,
Jamal Anderson. We had all of them on here.
Absolutely. Well, I already know CD is he's gonna co-sign it. Chuck Smith, I know he's gonna co-sign what I'm saying as well. So without a shadow of a doubt, you know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt.
So we got backup, you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate this.
I appreciate it, Mike. I see you smiling a little bit, man. That's good. I see you smiling, son.
Hey, I love it, man. Hey, it's like you have no idea what this meant to me, man. Like I said, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. Growing up, I used to use you as my blocking team, my blocking tight end.
Mm-hmm.
I would have Tony Gonzalez, and I would always choose you on Madden because I knew you were a damn good blocker. I would always use him.
Hey, but you can't forget about my boy now, Algie Crumpler. Now you got to have him out there on the route.
Yes. Hey, man, a legend, man.
Absolutely.
I remember all you guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Algie was a dog in the trenches and could get out there, man, and rattle any safety, man. That's my guy. I mean, he and I had a good tandem, the two of us. Coach Reeves loved tight ends. You know that.
Yeah, he did.
Loved tight ends. So we always had three good ones in the mix, and then we had Algie, Brian Kozlowski. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know the deal. I ain't even got to say it. You know the deal.
Absolutely. Hey, man, I know, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are diehard, like from birth, honestly. Watching it with my father, so just football is in my DNA.
I'm talking about, look, I was born a week after the Saints played the Falcons up there at the old Fulton County Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was pregnant, and she got to a fight with the Saints fan. So trust and believe, it's in the blood. Seriously. So
that's all I have.
So, all right, Mr. Kelly, man, appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know, where they can find your products at, and anything else you want to plug.
I appreciate you guys having me on again. I want to quote what my teammate Terrence Mathis said. If you do the little things right, the big things will follow. And I carry that in every phase of my life. My football career, my business, with my family, even teaching the youngsters coming up now. And I hope you guys do the same. You can always check out what I have going on at Reggie Kelly 82 on Twitter, Reggie Kelly 82 on Instagram as well. And if you want to follow my business, check us out at www.KYVAN82.com, KYVAN 82.com. One love, baby.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And everybody, AFN crew, appreciate y'all coming on tonight. Everybody else that's in the chat, appreciate y'all joining in. Guys, y'all better share this out to everybody.
Please.
All right? Share it out. Tell them they need to watch it. They ain't got to watch the whole hour and 40 minutes of it. They can watch sections at a time, because this is vital information they need to be watching. Like, dead serious. So make sure y'all share this out. Also, if you're watching this at a later time, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the show. We really appreciate the feedback. We love the feedback, you guys. Even if you're trying to troll, we'll tell you, hey, you out of your mind. But hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. Share it out to Atlanta Sport, to all Atlanta sports fanatics. Hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast.
No doubt. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, guys.
That's
Don't forget to love yourself and happy holidays. We out.
Right. All right.
Out, you guys. See y'all later.